Now, today we are keeping pace with NASA as it prepares to launch its next major Earth and climate science satellite. The Plankton, Aerosol, Cloud, Ocean Ecosystem Mission, otherwise known as PACE, is now set for liftoff tomorrow morning from the Kennedy Space Center. PACE is going to capture Earth's pulse through studying the interaction between the oceans and the atmosphere like never before. So here today, directly from the launch site, he is, NASA expert Jeremy Wendell. Jeremy, thank you so much for joining the East Texas Now desk.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
Absolutely. An exciting next 24 hours for you guys. Can you take us through the emotions of it all?
Well, this is a mission that my community has been thinking about for over 20 years. So to be hours from launch is not just exhilarating, but a little nauseating too. Got a lot of emotions.
I'd imagine so. And for those of you just joining us, NASA is just hours from launching a new satellite that's going to see oceans and particles in the atmosphere like we've never been able to see before. So can you break down this mission a little bit for us? What does it mean for us here at home?
Sure. Well, it's NASA's next really great investment in the combined study of sea and sky on our home planet. So what it's going to provide are these new and amazing looks at how our home planet is evolving on really short-term timescales, things that affect our everyday life, all the way into climate-linked timescales. And it does so by looking for microscopic, almost invisible particles in the ocean and atmosphere from the vantage point of space.
You say that like it's, just normal conversation. That's
yeah.
So impressive. We've heard a little bit about ocean color, right? Because PACE is going to be looking at the color of the oceans around the globe. So what exactly is ocean color, and what can it tell us about the ocean that we, get so much life from, as well as the health of the oceans themselves?
Sure. So the instruments we fly operate very similarly to how your eyes work. If you see a blue ocean, you might think that it is pretty clean, clear. You see a green ocean, there's some biology going on there. If it's a brown one, perhaps there are suspended sediments. So we're really interested in the green ocean. The particles we're searching for come in the form of phytoplankton, which are microscopic algae and plants that operate just like land plants do. So they form the base of the marine food chain, which means they impact fisheries. Some of them are harmful. They contaminate drinking water or close beaches. So this evolution of just using color to drive down into details of the community composition of all of these different phytoplankton has a far reach for anybody who loves breathing and eating.
I'd say that covers a fair bit of us, wouldn't you? Now, you talk about the evolution of discovering this, right? This is 21 years in the making. So is there something specific that you're most excited about hoping to discover, or hoping to just find a little bit deeper through the mission?
For me, as an oceanographer by training, I'm really, really interested in how these communities of microscopic algae are changing in space and time. We know the oceans are changing, but we really don't have a super lens right now within which to see how they're moving and how they're evolving. And frankly, it's the first opportunity scientifically in 20 years for us to really grow and discover. I'm really excited about what the community does with this.
You and me both. I'm really excited to see it. So where can we as a community keep up to date with PACE? And is there somewhere that we can actually watch the launch of the satellite?
You can. Please visit nasa.gov/PACE or on social media at NASA Earth, all one word. To watch live, you might need to set an alarm clock. It's 1:30 a.m. tonight, but that's at nasa.gov/live.
And we've talked a little bit about the actual satellite itself. Can you go into a little bit deeper for our tech nerds? What technology is actually used to be able to, from the sky, from the atmosphere, see those tiny little particles in the water?
Well, we have 3 instruments flying on PACE, and they all operate somewhat similarly. They collect photons from the sun. The primary instrument we call the ocean color instrument, and it is in a technical term, a hyperspectral scanning radiometer. But it basically means it's a fancy instrument that collects all the colors of the rainbow from the ultraviolet into the near infrared and short infrared. We have 2 small but mighty multi-angle polarimeters as well. They take different peeks through different viewing angles of the same piece of real estate that they're looking at, and they do so with what are effectively polarized sunglasses on. So they view the world in a completely new and different way that offers so much more information than what we currently have.
That's wildly impressive, and I don't think even if you gave me 3 tries, I'd be able to copy that technical term that you said. But I am interested. I know that it affects everyone, right? Like you said, people that enjoy breathing and eating, which I am a fan of both. Yes. I wonder, though, does it affect some more than others, like coastal communities? Does this have more of an effect for coastal communities and more of a direct benefit to learning what's in those ocean waters?
Sure. I mean, given the fact that understanding phytoplankton along coastlines is really important for economic value, whether you're talking about food security or wanting to go to the beach and the beach might be closed, yes, definitely coastline is completely relevant in the study of this. But also, if you're thinking about the atmospheric side of the house here, air quality affects all of us. It doesn't matter where you live. And, you know, watching these beautiful models of aerosol swirl around, you know, whether you're over land, you're on the ocean, they flow.
You mentioned you bring in, you know, different satellites that may be over the land as well. So is this kind of a team effort? Does this satellite work in conjunction with other ones to give us a more broad spectrum picture of the Earth's health in a whole? And if it is, can you give us some examples?
Sure, absolutely. NASA and our international partners have such an amazing fleet of Earth observing satellites, and I love sharing that NASA does Earth science because it's not the first thing you think about when you think of us. But you know, there are satellites that study land in fine detail. Landsat is an example of one of those, and what we offer in combination with what they measure will be a leap forward. From an oceanographic point of view, NASA just launched within the past year SWOT, and that is going to give us this beautiful understanding of ocean physics. And then with PACE, you're going to get the biological response to all of these physics. So putting things like that together is going to be really a moment of discovery. So it's the system's connected and all of these amazing assets from space working together. It's why we do this.
That is incredible, and it sounds so nuanced, and there's so many different moving parts, but when you put it together, it's art in and of itself. I'm so excited just to be able to...
I love that.
Yeah, exactly. I'm excited to be able to talk with you. My son is 2, and he's going through his To Infinity and Beyond phase, so his whole room is all things space. It's NASA, it's rocket ships, all of the things blast off. So for kids, maybe not 2, maybe a little bit older, but for kids, say in elementary school, even middle school, can you explain in the simplest, most layman's terms why this is so important, why they should watch the launch and what it's going to do for their future moving forward?
Well, it's very important to understand, very important to understand your home. So just being aware of the connectedness of all of the things around you, how the ocean and atmosphere and land provide, is hopefully stimulating enough to just encourage the wonder. But on top of that, the teams of people that are required to put something like PACE together, there's so many opportunities here, not just in technology, but in communications and storytelling, and working with others who come from a completely different scientific or other background and seeing the connected of all of this. It's really remarkable.
I wholeheartedly
agree. I need to wrap. I'm sorry.
No, I think that was great. I think that was perfect. Before we head out, I don't want to take too much of your time, but is there anything else that we haven't covered that you want to make sure the people of East Texas now know?
Watch the launch, visit our website, learn more. Really looking forward to unleashing this on the world for you. Thank you so much.
Unleashing this, what a verb. I love that. Jeremy, thanks for stopping by again, the East Texas Now desk. Can't wait to talk to you again.
All right.